Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about patch 10.2.5 and I will go through some of the new items that we know will be added in this patch. So I already covered some other items in previous videos, especially I made one only on all the new mounts that will be added in patch 10.2.5, also one on all the new sets, so you can also watch this one, and then another one on some other really interesting items including weapons and cosmetic items that we know you will be able to get in this new patch. Okay, so let's start with some of the new trading post items that we know will be added into the game. So here, as you can see, the first one is this tabard of wild might. So this is basically a bear tabard. I think it looks pretty nice and very unique. The only issue I have is really the lack of texture here on the different paws. But over than that, I think a lot of hunters especially are going to be happy with that, and probably a lot of people will find clever ways to use these new tabards. Then we have this new Eldin of End item, so this one will go super well with the back piece that you can already get from the trading post. This is this little chest that contains some gold inside of it. And as you can see, there is a really nice glow effect on it, so definitely nice to have, I would say. And after that, we're getting also these two items, a shirt and a back piece. I think the back piece is pretty nice, reminds me a lot of all the different items from Legion. But other than that, I don't think it's really anything particular, and the shirt is really just a very basic shirt. And then we're also getting these four other items right here. So the first one is this shield. Again, this is something we've already seen a lot of times, so it's just probably just a recolor and it's not really that interesting. Then we're getting this mount. So this is also a recolor, but I think it looks extremely nice. And also the previous mount that used this model was from the shop. So at least this one will be from the trading post. And I do prefer the color on this one. So really, really nice, I would say. And then after that, we also have this one right here. So this is the same model as a lot of different dresses that you were able to get in, for instance, Ankiraj, in Vanilla WoW. And again, the only issue I have is the fact that this is only body paint. So really there is no texture whatsoever on it, which I think is too bad because Blizzard could definitely do better with this type of items. After that, we have two other bows. So these ones, I'm not exactly sure how you will be able to get them, but they look extremely nice. I already showed them in a previous video, but I want to show them again because I think they're really, really nice. So first we have this orange version, and then we have this blue version right here. So definitely, I think a lot of hunters and overclasses are going to be extremely happy with these new ones. After that, we're getting even more items. So here, as you can see, we're going to have plenty of new weapons and things that, again, will most likely come from the training post. So as you can see, first, we have all these different weapons right here, and they're all in the floral theme. So they will probably link to the Noble Garden, or at least the month when the Noble Garden will be up. So first, we have this one-handed axe right here. Also, the dagger right here, the bow right here, then the staff, the polearm, sorry, and the staff. These two are here. So I think these look pretty nice, especially I like the staff with the sunflower in the middle and this one as well. But nothing too crazy. I still think these are nice appearances. Then we have these two full sets. Again, I already mentioned them in another video. But as you can see, these are really just okay. And these are body paints. So again, nothing too exciting here. Then the ones I'm extremely excited for are these two two-handed swords. So first you have the Gladiator Rage Greatsword and then the Serrated Greatsword. So these are extremely big and they look so nice. Definitely some of the best weapons we've got in a long time, I would say. The only thing I'm a little bit sad with is the fact that there is only the lion's head. And so if you're playing on a horde character, unfortunately, you will probably have to have the weapon with the lion's head. I think it would be nice to have one with the horde or like the horde sign just here because it would have fit pretty well. But again, I'm still really glad we're getting these two swords in 10.2.5. And then we're also having these other recorders. So as you can see, we have this one-handed axe, this two-handed mace, the fist weapon, a two-handed sword, this one-handed mace, and this bow. So all of them are recorders. Again, for instance, I think most of them are from Warriors of Draenor. Then you have one for Wrath of the Lich King, one from the Burning Crusade. So again, these are just recorders, nothing too crazy here, but still a nice addition to the trading post. And then after that, we just have these three little weapons that are very basic. The staff here, as you can see, the one-handed sword and the one-handed axe. And finally, some of these more sets and appearances that I'm personally not a big fan of. I think they're okay, but we've seen a lot of them on the trading post so far. And then we have these three items. There is this back piece right here, the Regal Warlock, and finally the Assassin's Bandolier. So I think this one in particular is really, really nice. And this one looks pretty nice too. And then this one, we've seen it a lot already. So these are some of the other items that we know we will be getting in patch 10.2.5 through the trading post. Then after that, there will also have some new activities linked to the Archivist in patch 10.2.5, and you will be able to get some new really cool appearances. So as you can see, you'll be able to get these bag pieces. These are big traveler's bags. I think they look extremely nice. It really gives an explorer vibe. Then you have, for instance, this dagger right here. This is just a like little spoon. Then you have this one right here. Again, looks very familiar to some of the different items we're able to get in Wrath of the Lich King or Cataclysm. And then I believe you will also be able to get the full set, which looks extremely nice. And next to that, you will also be able to get plenty of other items. So, for instance, some of the coolest one includes this held in offhand item. So can you imagine, for instance, this one with this full set? I think it's going to look extremely, extremely nice. Then next to that, we have, for instance, this one-handed mace. As you can see, again, this is just a grappling. I think it looks really cool as well. Then we have this two-handed mace. So this is something that is pretty big when you see it in game. And again, I think it's pretty unique. And then after that, we also have this one right here. Again, this is a two-handed mace, and this one looks extremely big in game. So I think a lot of people are going to be happy with this one as well. And after that, we have a few more, for instance, hats and other items like the new glasses, and also, for instance, this one right here. So overall, with this new thing, you will have to do a lot of achievements and you will be able to get a lot of new cool rewards. One thing I'm really interested in as well is to know if, for instance, some of these items are going to stay binds when equipped, or if it's just a mistake and they will then be binds when picked up, because then it means that it will also be new ways to make some gold during this new patch. And I believe there are other items from the Archivist that will be binds when equipped. Then next to all these new appearances, we'll also be getting some new items for your Dragonriding mount. So the first one that is really interesting is the Manuscript of Endless Possibility. So as you can see here, each time you mount a customizable Dragonriding mount, the customizations will be randomized. So I think it's pretty interesting. The only thing I'm not sure of is, for instance, do you require to have really just blank mounts? So if even you just customize it a little bit, is it going to work or not? And also, when it comes to different customizations, is it only the ones that you already have, or also maybe some other ones? I'm not exactly sure, but I still think this is going to be an interesting way for people to see different types of mounts they can then do. And this is definitely something nice to have in the game. And next to that, we're also getting some new really cool manuscript for the different mounts. So for instance, here, as you can see, we're getting one from the Love is in the Air event. I think it looks really nice. And as you can see, you will have little roses on the side, her heart shade there. And I think the colors is really, really, really nice. And finally, we'll also get this Lunar Festival one, which I think looks incredible on this model. And I'm so excited for this one because this one is really, really clever. So these are the different manuscripts for your Dragonriding mounts that we will get. And I'm really happy, again, that they're adding these into the game. Then we will also be getting some new appearances for Pepe. So for those of you who like Pepe, as you can see, we'll be able to get the one from Alexstrasza here. I think it looks very, very cute. Then we will have like kind of a Tusker one, which is really nice as well. As you can see, we'll even have its own little mustache right here. And finally, here we'll also have the Explorer one, which again would be perfect if you manage to get all the different items and looks from the Archivist. And finally, the two last items I really want to mention are two new trinkets that I think are extremely interesting. So the first one is the Blood of Manoroth, and as you can see, basically when you use it, you will be able to get Bloodlust. So you will literally have all the same effects, and it's also a 10-minute cooldown, so it means that you won't need anymore to buy some of the different drums or to ask maybe a shaman or a mage to activate Bloodlust. So I think this is extremely interesting that we're getting a trinket that does that. And next to that, another really interesting trinket is this one right here, the Flicker Blossom. So as you can see, this one will teleport you forward 20 yards or until reaching an obstacle and frees you from all stuns and bonds. And this is only a 50-second cooldown. So it means that if it stays like that, if for instance you're trying to farm mounts inside of dungeons or raids or farm golds in areas where you cannot use a mount, this is going to be one of the most OP trinkets ever that everyone is going to love. So I'm really excited to know how exactly we will be able to get these different trinkets. As you can see, the required level is level 10. So I'm really not sure exactly where they're from. And I do hope they will keep the 15-second cooldown for this one, because that would really make it an insanely OP trinket to farm mounts and everything indoors. So that's pretty much it. Again, keep in mind, you have hundreds of new items that will be added into the game. Again, I covered many of them in other videos. For instance, if you want to see the new transmog sets or some of the new mounts, I would recommend you to go watch them. And if we get any new updates and any new cool items before the release of patch 10.2.5, I will make sure to make an updated video and share all of these with you. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a great evening. Bye.